Thank you, choir. It is good to have you back. Welcome back to full choir. And also the praise team. Thank you all. It's a full praise team today. It was so good. What is happy life? We all pursue happiness in life. So we try to create happy circumstances as much as possible, believing that happiness is in happy circumstances. Creating happy circumstances is a big part of our lives, daily life. But I wonder, does happy circumstances produce happiness? Is happiness in happy circumstances? I'm wondering. Is happy life having everything you want? Is it achieving your dreams and aspirations? Is it doing everything that you have in your bucket list? To do all that, you need money, right? So to get money, you work hard, and you study hard so that you can get a good job. This is ordinary, normal, what normal people do. That's what everybody does. That is what you see on the surface. It is all about creating happy circumstances so that you can be happy. And underneath this attitude, there is a strong belief that happiness is in happy circumstances. Happiness is in happy circumstances. Everybody believes that. And that's why they work so hard to create happy circumstances. So people search for happiness in the basket called happy circumstances. I think generally it's true. Your happy circumstances make you happy, yes. So, and having good happy circumstances is very good and very important in making life. But the psalmist approaches this question a little differently. He also starts with this: happy are those. Some versions say, blessed are those. The typical word for blessing is Baruch. That is what blessing is. But the psalmist does not use word Baruch. He uses the word Ashrei. And Ashrei is not necessarily the blessing. It is a condition of a person who receives a blessing. That is Ashrei. The Baruch is a blessing of God. But Ashrei is a person, the condition of a person who received that blessing from God. And then the psalmist uses Ashrei. So happiness is a better, probably, maybe more appropriate translation. So that's why NRSV says, happy are those. Psalmist was describing a happy person. They are like trees planted by streams of water, which yield their fruit in its season, and their leaves do not wither. In all that they do, they prosper. So, Psalm 1 is a very famous psalm. Probably you read many, many times. And you heard it many, many times. And the Psalm 1 is a very beautiful and it's an important psalm. But when you look at Psalm 1, what is a strong image that comes to your mind? What is a strong image? One image that comes to you very evidently and clearly. What is that image? when you read Psalm 1? It is tree. Tree, yes. The image of tree comes to our mind. They are like trees planted by streams of water. So the psalmist describes the happy person with the image of tree. Yes, that's what comes to my mind. I see two images in Psalm 1. But the tree is not just tree, but tree planted by streams of water, that kind of tree. And I see two images in Psalm 1. Those two images, what are those two images? Tree and what else? Tree and what else? Chaff, right? And Simon described chaff last week. He explained to you what chaff. So I got the picture. That's chaff. It doesn't have content. That's just a shell outside. That's chaff. Chaff easily scattered and fly away. A happy person is not a person. It's not just a person who has a bubbly, bright, cheerful, and lively personality. On the surface, they look like happy. But the psalmist is not saying that they are not all happy people. Who are happy people? The happy person is a well-grounded person. Deeply rooted person. That's what happy person is. Not religious, bubbly, outside, happy and smile and they laugh a lot. And that's not what happiness is. Happy person is a person who's very well-grounded and well-rooted. A tree has roots, but chaff does not have roots. Chaff flies away by the wind. A strong tree endures even a storm. My friends, in life, there are good times, but also painful times. There are times when you laugh, but also there are times when you cry. There are times when you can see well ahead of what's ahead of you, but also times when you feel you see nothing but darkness and hopelessness. In other words, you may not always have happy circumstances. That's life. You're not going to have always happy circumstances. Expecting to always have happy circumstances is a false expectation. If you follow the false expectation, you won't see happiness at the end. A happy person is a person who endures life's highs and lows. That's what happy person is. Happy person is not just a person always in the high, but the person who can endure both highs and lows of their life. That is what it means to be well-grounded. There was a time Elijah on the Mount Carmel defeated all the Baal prophets and he claimed the victory. Think about the power of God sending down the fire and all. He experienced magician the power, magnificent power of God. He felt so elated and uplifted. There was a time like that. But there was also a time when he was sitting under the tree. Lord, I've had it. It's enough. I'm tired. I'm drained. I'm scared. I can go no longer. Just kill me here. let me die here. So highs, not only highs he experienced, but lows he experienced. How about the great prophet Moses? He stood in front of the Red Sea with one small staff. He divided the sea, the Red Sea. And he experienced the power, and everybody else around him experienced the mighty power of God. There was a time when he was so elated. But there was also time when he was so tired of people. And he said, did I conceive these people? Did I give birth to these people? Why do I have to take care of them? So even Moses experienced highs and lows. My friends, just because you're entangled with your problems right now, that does not mean that you're not happy. Just because you're surrounded with darkness and gloominess, that does not mean that you're not happy. Just because you're tormented by deep pain and agony, that does not mean that your life is not happy. You're not happy. Just because you feel bad and emotionally drained, that does not mean that your life is not happy. Happiness is not emotional condition. Even in emotional turmoil, you can be happy. Why? Because happiness is within you. Because happiness is within you. Not in happy circumstances, but within you. The happiness within you is moving even when you go through hard times. Even when you cannot move, the happiness within you is moving. It moves forward through problems, through darkness, and through pain. It's like the tree. It's like a root of tree planted by streams of water that moves forward through the hard soil and rock to reach the water. In the same way, the happiness moves forward through all your circumstances to reach where life is. Even the hard rock, it will penetrate through. That is the power of life. Roots move towards where water is. That's the power of life. And you also move towards where life is. And that is power of life. Happiness is what God planted within you when you receive Jesus Christ in your heart. God planted happiness within you. When I first received Jesus Christ as my personal Lord and Savior, I was at U of T. And U of T has a big library called Robarts Library. And it has many stairs. One day, when I walked up the stairs, I literally felt like flying. First time I experienced what it meant to walk on clouds. Now I understand what that meant. I felt like I was flying. God planted happiness within me when I received Jesus Christ as my Savior. But walking on that cloud is not what's important. If you expect to walk on the clouds all the time, that itself is false expectation. The happiness is not the feeling of walking on clouds. That goes away. But the important thing is that God put happiness within me. You don't need money to be happy. You don't need happy circumstances to be happy. You don't need to fulfill all your bucket lists to be happy. Happiness is not out there. Happiness is not what you buy. Happiness is not what you achieve. Happiness is within you. All you need is meditate on God's promises. And when you meditate on God and His promises, the happiness within you becomes triggered, starts moving. That happiness within you comes alive. And when you meditate on God, happiness slowly arises within you. Even when you feel sorry and sad, the happiness is there. When the storms of life hit you, do not be afraid. You will not be abandoned. Because you have happiness within you, you can be resilient. Even when you cannot hold on to God, God's strong hand will hold on to you. I gave you several times the example of two boys going across the river. Strong stream. And one boy hold on to the father's hand. Oh, if I lose this, I die. And so scared, cling onto that father's hand. But another boy, while going across the stream, not only he felt the strong hand of the Father holding him, and he realized it's not the hand that holds Father that saves me, but the Father's strong hand is holding me, and that saves me. You are stronger than you think. You are stronger than you think. The slogan of Scotiabank is, you're richer than you think. But I will say, you're stronger than you think. Because within you, there is happiness. Don't try to find happiness in the wrong basket. Because happiness is right within you. Follow me. I am happy. Again, I am happy. I am happy. You're not psyching yourself up. You have happiness within you. Even you, when you feel lousy, still happiness is within you. What God planted within you doesn't disappear by how you feel, by your circumstances. So happiness is not in happy circumstances. Happiness is within you. In that sense, very fair. Not only those who have all the things going well, they're not the only ones who are happy. God made everyone deserve to be happy. Thank God for that. Thank God for that. That's justice. That's equality. That's fairness. Happy circumstances are good. But when you're not connected with happiness within you, your happy circumstances are useless. I mean, good house, good food that tastes, the delicious food and all the good things. When you are not connected with the happiness, all those things become useless. You cannot even taste it. Such good food, you cannot even taste it. You cannot even eat it. You cannot even enjoy it. What's good having all these things when I'm not happy? That's what you say. When you're not connected with happiness within you, you become unhappy. And unhappy people make other people unhappy. I wish they're just unhappy on their own. But they always make other people unhappy. When they are not happy, they make other people not happy. So once I told you, being happy is ethical responsibility. Because happy people make others happy. Unhappy people make others unhappy. And ultimately, unhappy people become doing all kinds of evil things. That's what Psalm is saying. They become arrogant, cynical, hungry for power and recognition. They abuse others with the power they have. And unhappy people make others very unhappy. You should be thankful to God because your spouses are very happy and they make you very happy, right? No? Happy people are kind, gentle, loving, and forgiving. These are the people well connected with the happiness within them. They are like trees planted by streams of water. In its season, they will bear fruits. In all they do, they will prosper. Be happy, people. You deserve to be happy. God put happiness within you.